Everyone thought Bill Gates was the good billionaire. For nearly 2 decades, he was the richest man on earth. He built Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, pledged to give away most of his fortune, received major honors, and was praised globally for his impact. He wasn't just rich, he was respected. But then, everything started to change.
Today, the greatest risk of global catastrophe doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this.
When the pandemic hit, Gates stepped into the spotlight, warning about global health risks. Some people saw him as a voice of reason. Others started questioning his influence. And that's when things got messy. Critics argued he had too much power without being elected. Conspiracy theories exploded, accusing him of using vaccines for control or profit. But the real shift in his image didn't stop there. Because behind the scenes, cracks were already forming. In 2021, Gates and his wife, Melinda French Gates, announced their divorce after 27 years. To the public, it felt sudden. They said they could no longer grow together. But later, more details started to surface. Melinda hinted that trust had been broken. Not one single event, but enough over time to make the relationship unhealthy.
Bill and Melinda Gates say they're getting divorced after 27 years of marriage. Well, big news in the business world. The Microsoft co-founder made this announcement a short time ago on his Twitter, a joint statement with Melinda, where he said, after a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, we have made the decision to end our marriage. We no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in this next phase of our lives. We ask for space and privacy for our family as we begin to navigate this new life. The couple together run the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, spending a fortune on fighting infectious diseases and encouraging vaccinations in children. Bill Gates, of course, is the 4th richest man in the world, worth an estimated $124 billion.
And then older stories began resurfacing. Reports from the Wall Street Journal revealed an alleged affair Gates had with an employee years earlier. He eventually stepped down from Microsoft's board. Other reports claimed he had approached multiple women, even sending emails asking for dinner with lines like, "If this makes you uncomfortable, pretend it never happened." But what seemed to affect Melinda the most was his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. She described him as evil personified. Despite Epstein's past conviction, Gates met with him multiple times starting in 2011, according to reports from the New York Times. Epstein even downplayed his own crimes during meetings with people from Gates Foundation. Gates later admitted those meetings were a mistake. But the story didn't end there. Recently released, Epstein-related emails made even more shocking claims alleging affairs, questionable behavior, and disturbing personal details. Gates has denied these claims, calling the emails false and suggesting Epstein may have been trying to manipulate or damage him. Still, the damage to his reputation was already happening. And this is where things get complicated. Because on one side, you have a man who helped revolutionize personal computing through Microsoft and contributed billions to global health. On the other side, you have decisions, private choices that now raise serious questions. And that's the real takeaway here. A reputation isn't just built on what you achieve publicly. It's shaped just as much by what happens behind closed doors. And in today's world, those two things don't stay separate for long. Stories like this are a reminder that it's not always easy to know what to believe or who to trust. So instead of reacting instantly, it's worth slowing down and thinking critically about the information in front of you.